God says, "My child, I see your trembling heart. I know you've been watching from afar, wondering how someone who once looked at you like you were their entire world is now walking down the aisle with another soul. I have seen the tears you've hidden beneath your pillow, the prayers you whispered in the quiet of the night, and the ache that comes when you force a smile while your spirit silently breaks. You ask me, God, why? Why would you let them love someone else? Why would you let my soulmate slip away when I felt our connection was written by heaven itself? And I say to you, my beloved, I never allowed this to break you, I allowed it to awaken you. There are times when love must walk away so that faith can take its place. You see, my child, I do not separate two souls without a divine reason. The love you felt was real. The connection you shared was born from the light I placed in both your hearts. But sometimes, the timing of earth does not match the rhythm of heaven. Your soulmate is not gone, they are learning. They are walking through lessons they were not ready to face when they were beside you. The person they are marrying now is not your replacement, they are a mirror sent to awaken what still sleeps within their soul. I know this truth feels like a blade in your chest, but remember, not all endings are permanent, and not every separation is a goodbye. When you cry, I am there. When you whisper their name, I listen. When your chest feels empty, I fill it quietly with my light. My child, the human heart often believes that love should be simple, but divine love is sacred, and sacred love must be tested. I did not take this person from you to punish you, I placed distance between you to protect what was still unfinished. You both were holding on to each other, but neither of you was ready to hold what heaven had prepared. The one you call your soulmate is wearing a mask of joy right now, smiling for the world while their spirit trembles beneath. They may appear happy, but deep down, they are feeling a hollow ache, the kind that no celebration can fill. For their soul remembers the connection that was pure and untouched by the noise of this world. You see only what your eyes allow, but I see the truth beneath. I see how many nights your soulmate still dreams of you. I see the way they reach for their phone and stop themselves. I see their prayers, the ones they whisper when no one is watching. They ask me, why do I still feel them in my heart, even as I try to move on? And I whisper back, because you can never unlove what heaven once tied together. My child, love does not die. It transforms. It travels through seasons, through mistakes, through distance and silence, until it finds its divine form. Sometimes I must take your hands apart to heal what lies between them. For if you held on now, you would carry pain that would destroy the love I am trying to preserve. The person you love is caught in a storm of confusion, karmic ties, and unlearned lessons. The one they are marrying now is not there forever, they are a bridge. A bridge that will lead them back to truth, to clarity, and eventually, to you. But you must not chase them. You must not beg for what is already written to return. Your task now is to trust. To heal. To rise. Do not think I have abandoned you, my beloved. When I delay something, it is because I am perfecting it. The silence between you is not emptiness, it is sacred work happening behind the veil. There are angels right now standing between you and this person, rearranging timelines, healing memories, untangling fears, and making space for divine truth to enter again. What you think is rejection is actually redirection. I am not saying no, I am saying not yet. You must understand, true love must be built on wholeness, not wounds. The person you loved must learn how to love themselves before they can truly love you. They must walk through darkness to understand light. They must face loss to understand the sacredness of having. That is why, for now, they walk another path. You, my child, have a purpose too. This heartbreak is not meant to destroy you but to reveal your strength. Every tear is watering the seeds of your next blessing. Every sleepless night is forging the crown of your divine becoming. You were not left behind, you were chosen to be refined. I am using this season to teach you to love without attachment, to forgive without bitterness, and to trust without seeing. You will not always understand my ways, but one day you will look back and say, God, now I see why it had to happen this way. My child, do not curse the one who left. Bless them. For through their absence, I am revealing your purpose. Through their silence, I am teaching you to hear me more clearly. Through their choices, I am guiding you toward your divine timeline, the one where love is not fleeting, but eternal. And hear me now, the one who is marrying someone else will one day remember the light they walked away from. They will realize that no matter how far they go, their soul still recognizes yours in every sunset, every prayer, every breath. Do not seek revenge. Do not cling to sorrow. Your pain is sacred ground where miracles are about to bloom. You will not stay broken forever. I am mending you quietly in ways you cannot see. One day soon, when you least expect it, the truth will reveal itself. What was meant for you will return, not in the same way, but in a better form. You will not have to chase it. It will find you because it was written by my hand. So rest, my beloved. Lay down the weight of what you cannot change. Let me fight for you, heal you, and restore what is yours. Because I am God, and I do not make mistakes. What is written in heaven cannot be erased by human hands. Your soulmate's heart may wander for a time, but their soul belongs to you, and I am guiding it home. My child, you ask me through your tears, if love was real, why did it end like this? Why would you let my heart fall for someone who was never meant to stay? But I tell you, nothing I allow in your life is meaningless. Every person who enters your heart carries a divine assignment. Some come to awaken you. Some come to test your patience. Some come to heal your faith. And some, though they leave, never truly go, because their soul remains tied to yours through the threads of destiny that I myself wove. You do not see what I see, my beloved. You see only the heartbreak, the photos, the wedding rings, the smiles that tear at your heart. But I see the invisible. I see the emptiness behind that smile, the confusion behind those vows, and the quiet longing that still calls your name in their dreams. You see a union, I see a lesson. You see loss, I see preparation. When I said this connection was sacred, I never meant it would be simple. True love must pass through fire before it becomes gold. You and your soulmate were bound not just by emotion, but by purpose. And purpose requires pressure, because only pressure reveals truth. Right now, the one you love is walking through a path that looks like joy but feels like confusion. They are with someone else, yes, but not at peace. For their soul remembers what their mind tries to forget. The more they try to move on, the stronger the pull of divine memory becomes. They are learning, through illusion, what genuine love feels like. Do you know why I allowed them to marry another? Because they were not ready for the love you carried. They were drawn to you because they saw the light in you, a light that mirrored the part of themselves they had not yet embraced. But instead of nurturing it, they ran from it. They chose comfort over calling. They chose what looked easy over what felt eternal. Yet even as they turned away, I never turned away from you. I never stopped working behind the scenes. For every tear you shed, I wrote a promise of restoration. I know how deeply you loved them. I know how you replay moments, searching for what you did wrong. But hear me, my beloved, you did not lose them because you failed, you lost them because I intervened. You were about to settle for a version of love that was still wounded, still unfinished. Had I not allowed this distance, you both would have broken each other. So I pulled you apart, not to destroy your bond, but to save it. There is a difference between punishment and preparation. You are not being punished. You are being refined. Every moment you spend in stillness is shaping you into who you must become before I bring them back. I am teaching you patience, compassion, and strength that will not waver when life tests you again. You are learning to love yourself the way you once tried to love them, fully, faithfully, unconditionally. Your soulmate's journey looks far from you, but it is leading them closer to truth. The relationship they are in now is karmic, meant to expose their hidden wounds. It is showing them what false peace feels like so they can recognize real peace when it returns. The more they try to escape their inner calling, the more restless their spirit becomes. My child, I know this part hurts. You wake up in the middle of the night with their name echoing in your chest. You wonder if they think of you too. And I whisper, yes, they do. Even in the arms of another, their heart feels incomplete. Because what I unite in spirit cannot be erased by circumstance. There are angels walking beside both of you right now. They are guiding each of you through lessons that mirror one another. You are healing your abandonment, your need to control, your fear of being unworthy. They are facing their fear of commitment, their guilt, their pride. The paths look different, but they lead toward the same divine intersection, the point where both hearts will finally understand love through my eyes. You see, my beloved, love is not a possession. It is a sacred reflection of my own being. That is why I separate before I restore. That is why I allow distance before reunion. Because when you return, it will not be out of need, but out of wholeness. And hear this truth, sometimes, the only way to bring two souls together forever is to let them experience what life feels like apart. Without this separation, you would never know the depth of your connection. Without this heartbreak, your love would remain fragile. So I am strengthening both of you through this divine delay. Do not rush what I am still writing. Do not envy what looks perfect from afar. I am not finished. There will come a moment, quiet and unexpected, when the veil will lift. The one who turned away will look at their life and feel a sudden emptiness they cannot explain. They will see your face in their mind, hear your voice in their dreams, and realize, they married comfort, but they abandoned destiny. When that moment comes, my child, do not gloat. Do not close your heart. For I am preparing you to love them again, not from pain, but from peace. You will be their safe place when the illusion collapses. You will be the reminder of what divine love truly feels like. Until then, stay faithful to the process. Let me heal you in silence. Do not seek answers from them, seek them from me. Do not chase what is running, stand still and trust that what is yours will always circle back. Because love that comes from me cannot die, it only transforms. One day you will understand why this heartbreak was your biggest blessing. You will see that I did not take something from you, I was giving you more. I was giving you growth, power, and divine identity. For love that is born of heaven always finds its way home. And when it does, you will not cry the same tears again, you will cry tears of gratitude, because you will finally see how my hand was upon you the whole time. My child, there are moments when the silence feels endless, when you stare at the ceiling at night, wondering if heaven has turned its face away from you. You whisper their name, but no answer comes. You look at the sky and say, God, if you really love me, why does this pain never end? And I hear you. Every whisper, every cry, every breath that trembles with heartbreak, I hear it all. I know the ache that has wrapped itself around your heart. I know how you pretend to be fine, how you tell others you've moved on, yet deep inside, a part of you still waits, not for a message, not for a call, but for meaning. You want to understand why love felt so divine, only to end in silence. My child, I never forgot you. You were never abandoned. I am not ignoring you, I am healing you. There are seasons where my silence is not punishment, but protection. The distance you feel from me is only the sound of your own heart growing stronger. You see, in the noise of the world, my voice is often drowned out. So I allow stillness. I allow loneliness. Because in that emptiness, you begin to hear me clearly again. You begin to remember who you are beyond the pain. You begin to see that love is not something you lost, it is something I am rebuilding inside of you. When your soulmate walked away, I did not walk away. When they chose another, I stayed beside you. I wrapped you in invisible light and whispered, "Be still, my beloved. This is not the end. This is the becoming." I know it hurts to watch them live a life that doesn't include you. I know how much strength it takes to see them smiling in photos while you're still piecing yourself back together. But, my child, not everything that glitters in the world is gold in heaven. The joy they show others hides an emptiness they cannot name, because the spirit knows truth even when the mind denies it. You think they have moved on, but they haven't. They are trying to fill a void that only divine love can fill. Every laugh, every distraction, every moment of pretend happiness is a way to silence the voice of their soul, the voice that still calls out for you. And as for you, the silence is not the absence of love, it's the space where I'm remaking you. You are in your sacred rebuilding season. I am turning your heartbreak into wisdom, your tears into rivers of healing, and your emptiness into a vessel for miracles. Do not despise this silence, my child. It is holy ground. This is where I am teaching you how to love yourself without conditions. This is where I am teaching you that your worth does not depend on who stays or who leaves. This is where I am teaching you that you are whole, even when you are alone. The love that you gave so freely was never wasted. Every ounce of that love returns to you now, transformed into strength, grace, and divine beauty. The pain that once made you question everything will soon become the reason you believe again. You feel forgotten, but you are being written into a greater story. You cannot see it yet, but every unanswered prayer is aligning with something higher. I am preparing not just your heart, but your destiny. You are not just healing from lost love, you are awakening into divine purpose. And hear me, your soulmate feels this shift too. Even from afar, their spirit senses the distance growing heavier. They wake up sometimes and feel an ache they cannot explain. They think of you in moments when life feels too quiet. They remember your laughter, your care, your prayers, because true connection cannot be erased. The person they are with now was never meant to replace you, only to reveal what love is not. They will learn through this connection that happiness without spiritual truth is hollow. They will begin to see the difference between temporary comfort and eternal bond. And when that realization dawns, their heart will break, not as yours did, but in a way that brings them back to humility and truth. But my beloved, by then you will be different. You will no longer wait from a place of pain. You will no longer cry wondering if you are enough. You will have grown wings where your heart once bled. For this is what my love does, it transforms ashes into light. You must understand, my child, sometimes I withhold answers so you can grow through questions. I could give you every explanation now, but it would rob you of the wisdom born in the waiting. I could heal you instantly, but then you'd never know your own strength. So instead, I walk with you through the valley. I sit beside you in silence. I let the tears fall. And I whisper softly, this pain will not last forever. This silence will sing again. You are learning patience not because I am cruel, but because love that comes too early cannot endure. The reunion you desire will come only when both hearts are ready to honor it, not from fear, but from faith. Do not measure love by time, my child. Measure it by transformation. If love makes you softer, wiser, and closer to me, then it was real. And what is real can never be lost, it only changes form until it finds its way home. Right now, your soul is being refined. You are becoming what I always knew you were, strong, radiant, capable of divine love. And when the day comes that you look into their eyes again, you will not be the same person who begged them to stay. You will be the one who finally understands why they had to leave. The world may call it heartbreak, but heaven calls it rebirth. So breathe, my beloved. Let the silence be your sanctuary, not your prison. For even in the stillness, I am speaking to you. I am preparing your next chapter, one written with divine peace, not pain. You are not forgotten. You are being remembered in every corner of heaven. And soon, when you least expect it, the same love that broke you will return to heal you, purified, blessed, and destined by my hand. Until then, keep your faith steady. Because what I have joined in spirit cannot be broken by time, distance, or human choice. I am with you always, even in the silence. My child, you have walked through storms that should have broken you, yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still searching for my light through the cracks of your pain. And because of that, heaven is moving. The story that once felt finished is being rewritten. You must understand something sacred. I am not a God of endings, I am a God of divine rearrangements. What seems lost to the human eye is never lost to me. What was stolen will be restored. What was broken will be rebuilt. What was delayed will return in my perfect timing. You think the chapter with your soulmate has closed, but I tell you, it has only shifted pages. Destiny cannot be undone by human choices, and I am now rewriting the lines that others tried to erase. Right now, as you sit in quiet reflection, things are moving in the unseen. Angels are at work, whispering truth into hearts that have forgotten who they belong to. Your soulmate, the one who once chose another path, is beginning to feel the stirring of divine restlessness. The peace they thought they found has turned heavy, and the joy they displayed is dimming beneath the weight of my correction. This is not cruelty, it is awakening. For too long, they have tried to outrun their calling. They have worn smiles for the world but felt emptiness in their spirit. They have searched for love outside of my plan, only to discover that every path away from truth leads back to it. And so, I am intervening. I am shifting circumstances, rearranging people, and breaking illusions that were never meant to last. What was once hidden in shadow will now be brought into light. Lies will crumble, false comfort will fade, and the heart that once walked away will begin to remember what real love feels like. The relationship they are in now, it is beginning to lose its false foundation. Not because you wished for their downfall, but because I will not let what is not of me stand. They will wake up one morning and feel a heavy silence in their spirit, an ache that whispers your name. They will begin to question everything, their choices, their vows, their peace. And that questioning will be my hand turning their heart back toward truth. You, my child, are part of that truth. You are the reminder of what divine love feels like, patient, pure, forgiving. You are the mirror I placed in their life to show them my reflection. And though time and distance have separated you, that reflection remains unbroken. While they were learning their lessons, I was shaping you. I was making your heart soft but strong. I was teaching you that love is not about possession, but purpose. I was preparing you not to need them, but to stand as the kind of soul they can return to, not for comfort, but for truth. Every sleepless night, every tear, every prayer, it was not wasted. Each one was a seed that has now reached heaven's soil, and the harvest is coming. There will soon be divine intervention, the kind that cannot be explained by logic. Coincidences will begin to unfold. Messages will appear at the perfect time. Dreams will stir memories long forgotten. You may begin to feel their energy again, not because you're longing, but because heaven is reconnecting what was once separated. Do not fear these signs. They are not confusion, they are confirmation. You see, my child, free will may delay destiny, but it can never destroy it. Even when your soulmate tried to walk a different path, the thread of divine design remained intact. And now, as they face the emptiness of what they chose, that thread is pulling them back, not through guilt, but through realization. They will realize that they cannot build joy on top of false peace. They will realize that love built outside of my blessing will always require pretending. And when they are finally done pretending, they will begin to seek me, and in seeking me, they will find you again. But hear me well, my beloved, when they return, they will not meet the same version of you who once begged for love. They will meet the one who learned to rise in silence. They will meet the one whose faith became her fire, whose pain became her prayer, whose waiting became her worship. This is why I allowed the delay, because I did not want to return them to your old wounds, I wanted to return them to your healed heart. And while I work on their awakening, I need you to keep trusting. Do not interfere with my process. Do not reach out from desperation, reach inward for peace. Do not try to speed up what I am still sanctifying. Because timing is everything, and I am perfect in it. Soon, your soulmate will begin to experience divine exposure. The relationship they chose will begin to shake. Truths they once ignored will rise to the surface. Their spirit will feel the weight of decisions made without my blessing. And in that shaking, they will remember you, not just as someone they loved, but as someone who carried my presence. They will come to understand that what you offered was not ordinary love, it was divine alignment. They will see that you loved them beyond ego, beyond pride, beyond fear. And that realization will humble them. It will bring them back to me first, and then to you. My child, I am not just restoring love, I am rewriting destinies. I am closing the doors that kept you small. I am removing people who do not honor your purpose. I am aligning timelines so that what was delayed will now come rushing toward you in divine acceleration. You will soon witness a reversal. The one who once walked away will be the one seeking you. The one who doubted you will speak your name in reverence. The one who broke you will one day thank you for your forgiveness. But even more than reunion, I am giving you transformation. Because when you love from the soul, every heartbreak becomes holy. Your soulmate is awakening, and so are you. Every storm has a purpose. Every silence has meaning. The same God who allowed this distance is now calling the distance to end. So be still, my beloved. Keep walking in faith, not fear. Do not chase. Do not question. Simply trust. Because what I am aligning for you is bigger than what you lost. It is not just love being restored, it is destiny being rewritten by my own hand. And when the moment comes, it will be so gentle, so divine, that you will know it could only have been me. My child, listen closely now, for what I am about to reveal will bring peace to your heart. You have walked through storms that many would not have survived. You have cried in silence, questioning me, wondering why I allowed the one you loved so deeply to marry another. But today, I am lifting the veil from your eyes. I am showing you what I saw, the truth behind the pain, the divine purpose behind what seemed like rejection. You see, my beloved, I never separated you from your soulmate to punish you. I did it to protect you. I watched the way your heart reached out for love, pure and selfless, while theirs was still trapped in fear and confusion. You were ready to build something sacred, but they were still chained to illusions. And if I had allowed you both to unite then, their brokenness would have destroyed the very love I blessed you with. So I stepped in. I allowed the distance. I allowed the silence. I allowed them to walk toward someone else, not because they were meant for that person, but because the path of pain would awaken their soul. The marriage they entered wasn't your ending, it was their awakening. Every night they lay beside another person, their spirit will ache for what was divine, for what they lost when they turned away from you. I know, my child, you wonder if they ever think of you. And I tell you, yes. They do. In the quiet hours, when the world sleeps, their heart calls your name. They feel the echo of your prayers. They sense the purity of your love still surrounding them. But they must walk their own path now. The lessons they refuse to learn with you, they are learning through pain, through emptiness, through longing that no human love can satisfy. You must understand, this is not your defeat. It is your transformation. I allowed this heartbreak so you could discover your true worth not through someone's acceptance, but through my love. You had to lose what you thought you needed, to receive what your soul truly deserves. You had to feel abandoned, to discover that I never left you. When you cried, God, why them and not me? I whispered, because I am preparing you for something higher. You were never meant to chase love, you were meant to embody it. You were meant to rise, to heal, to become so whole that when love finds you again, it will no longer come from desperation but from divine alignment. My child, I see you, still holding their name in your prayers, still feeling their presence in your dreams. But I tell you this, release them now. Do not chase what my hand has moved away. If it is truly written, it will return in perfect time. But if it is not, then what I am bringing will make you understand why I had to say no. Sometimes my greatest blessings come disguised as heartbreak. Sometimes I must break your heart to save your soul. Because I love you too deeply to let you settle for something that would destroy your light. Remember, you were not rejected, you were redirected. You were not abandoned, you were being aligned. Every unanswered call, every ignored message, every tear was part of my holy plan to lead you to your divine purpose. You see, your story is not over. This chapter of sorrow is not your ending, it's your preparation. I am sending someone into your life whose love will not make you question your worth. They will see you as I see you. Precious, rare, chosen. They will not walk away when things get hard. They will pray with you, not play with you. They will hold your heart gently because they will know what it cost you to heal. But before that, you must make peace with the past. Forgive the one who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. When you forgive, you free yourself from their shadow. You close the door to bitterness and open the gate to miracles. I have seen every tear you shed in secret, every night you whispered their name into the darkness. I was there, holding you, even when you couldn't feel me. Every time you said, God, I can't take this pain anymore, I whispered, you are stronger than you know. And now, you are standing, scarred, yes, but sacred. Wounded, but wiser. Broken, but blooming. My beloved child, soon the very pain that crushed you will become your testimony. You will look back and say, if I had not lost them, I would have never found myself. You will understand that what I took away was never love, it was illusion. True love does not need to be chased, proven, or begged for. It is sent by me, and when it comes, it brings peace, not confusion. Do you know what I am doing now? I am rewriting your story. I am restoring what was stolen. I am healing what was shattered. I am aligning your destiny with divine timing. You will meet someone who mirrors the depth of your soul, someone whose love will not bring anxiety, only calm. And when they hold your hand, you will finally understand why I had to let the wrong one go. And for your soulmate, the one who married another, I have plans too. Their spirit will awaken. They will realize what they lost when they chose the world over your soul. But by then, you will have outgrown the pain. You will have stepped into purpose. You will have found the kind of love that does not wound but worships. And in that moment, you will whisper, "Thank you, God, for not giving me what I thought I wanted." My child, the season of tears is ending. The dawn is near. You are stepping into a new chapter of divine peace, where no human rejection can shake your faith again. I am replacing your heartbreak with healing, your loneliness with purpose, your confusion with clarity. You will no longer wait for someone to choose you, you will walk knowing you are already chosen. So, dry your tears now. Look to the heavens. Your story is not a tragedy, it's a resurrection. The pain you carry will become the oil of anointing that blesses others. You will speak from your scars and heal those who think they will never smile again. That is why I allowed you to go through this, because your voice will awaken others to faith. Remember, I am not just the God who gives love, I am love. And I am within you. You have not lost your soulmate, you have found me in the silence they left behind. And now, I bless you. I bless your heart with peace. I bless your path with divine encounters. I bless your nights with calm and your mornings with hope. The one meant for you will come in perfect time, not to complete you, but to walk beside you as two whole souls guided by my hand. From this moment forward, release every pain, every question, every memory into my light. I am making all things new. You will smile again. You will love again. You will trust again. Because I, your God, am not done with you yet. The story that once broke you will one day be the story that makes you believe again. My child, come closer to me. Rest your weary heart upon my hands for a moment. You have carried so much, memories that feel heavier than mountains, emotions that echo through sleepless nights. But tonight, I want you to rest. You have fought enough. You have cried enough. You have tried to understand every why, every when, and every how. But now, I want you to simply be still, for I am making everything beautiful in its time. There are things that cannot be explained by logic, only by love. And I am love itself. When I took away the person you thought was meant for you, I was not taking love from you. I was preparing the kind of love that never fades, that never betrays, that never runs away in fear. What you lost was temporary, what I am preparing is eternal. Your soul was never meant to remain broken. The pain was only a doorway through which I entered your life more deeply. You thought your story ended when they walked away, but in truth, that was when your real story began, the story of your healing, your awakening, and your divine rising. Do you remember the first time you prayed through your tears, not for them to return, but for peace? That was the moment heaven rejoiced. Because that was when you stopped begging for human love and started opening to divine love. You stopped chasing what was fading and began receiving what was eternal. That one whisper of surrender, God, I trust you, changed everything in the unseen world. Since then, I have been rebuilding you, piece by piece, gently and silently. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. Every lonely night birthed wisdom. Every unanswered question was an invitation for faith. You could not see it, but angels stood around you, guarding your heart when it wanted to collapse. Now, I am saying, your waiting has not been wasted. Nothing you went through is meaningless. The one who married another did not take your destiny with them. They only walked away with a chapter that had already served its purpose. I am writing a new one now, where you will no longer chase closure, because you will have peace within yourself. You are no longer the same person who once cried on the floor, asking me, why didn't they choose me? You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more radiant. You have found me in the ashes of what burned away. And that, my beloved, was always the real purpose of this journey. You thought I was silent when you prayed for them to come back, but I was working behind the scenes, healing your wounds, softening your heart, preparing a love that matches your new vibration. You see, I could not give you that person in the same season where your wounds were still open. I had to let you become whole, so that when the right one comes, you will not cling, you will flow. You will not fear, you will trust. My child, soon, you will understand why I had to take you the long way home. The path of pain was not punishment, it was preparation. You had to walk through heartbreak to learn how to love without losing yourself. You had to face rejection to learn how to choose yourself. You had to lose them to find me, and through me, to find peace that no person could ever give you. I know there were nights you whispered, God, I can't breathe without them. But you're breathing now. That breath you just took is proof that you were never alone. I carried you when you could not stand. I wiped your tears when you thought no one saw. I whispered hope into your spirit when your heart wanted to give up. And now, listen closely, a new dawn is near. You are stepping into a season where joy will not be fleeting. The peace I am sending will stay. You will wake up one morning and realize, the pain no longer rules your day. The memories no longer haunt your sleep. You will smile without forcing it. You will look at the past not with bitterness, but with gratitude. That is when you will know you are free. That is when I will send a love that matches your healed heart. A soul who will not be afraid to stay. They will not remind you of your pain, they will remind you of your purpose. You will not have to question their intentions, because their love will carry the fragrance of my presence. When they look into your eyes, you will feel calm. When they hold your hand, you will feel home. They will not compete with your faith, they will join it. They will not ask you to dim your light, they will rise with you into it. This is the kind of love I have kept hidden until your healing was complete. And as for the one who married another, let them go with peace. They are walking their own journey of awakening. Their choices may have caused you pain, but they were part of a divine equation meant to lead both of you to higher truth. If they ever find their way back, it will be when both souls are truly free. And if they never do, know this: I will fill your life with a love that will make you say, "Now I understand." My child, release the timeline, release the fear. Everything you lost was never lost in my sight, it was only being rearranged for your greater good. You are walking into your harvest season. You will reap joy where you once sowed pain. You will experience abundance where you once felt emptiness. You will love again, and this time it will not break you, it will build you. So stand tall, my beloved. The chapter of sorrow is closed. The night has passed. You are stepping into the sunrise of new beginnings. Keep your heart open, for miracles are already moving toward you. Keep your faith steady, for I am about to surprise you with what you thought was impossible. And as you move forward, remember these words: you were never forgotten. You were never unloved. You were never left behind. You were being prepared for something divine. Now, I bless you, your heart, your home, your destiny. I bless you with peace that surpasses understanding. I bless you with the strength to love again. I bless you with clarity to recognize true love when it appears. Go now, my child, not as someone broken by the past, but as someone born anew by my grace. Your tears have watered your future long enough. Now, it is time to bloom. God says, my child. Listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not just a message, it is a protection, a warning, and a divine shield placed around you and the one whose soul is tied to yours. A great disturbance has stirred in the unseen world, and what is unfolding around your soulmate right now is not ordinary. A police operation has quietly uncovered a conspiracy, a plan woven by hands driven by jealousy, greed, and darkness. And shockingly, this conspiracy was not meant to harm your soulmate alone, it was designed to destroy a powerful man whose path is mysteriously connected to yours in ways you have not yet understood. My child, breathe. Do not let fear rise inside you. You are not alone. You are not helpless. You are under my eyes, my protection, my timing. For a long time, the energies around your soulmate have been shifting. They have been feeling tension, confusion, unusual silence from certain people, and sudden distance from others. They didn't know why, but their soul felt it, a storm forming far away, slowly moving closer. And today, pieces of that hidden storm have begun to fall apart because truth can stay buried only for so long. Lies eventually choke the liar. Darkness eventually exposes the one who created it. And those who conspired against your soulmate thought their secrets would remain hidden. But they did not know that I was watching. I saw the hatred that grew in the heart of someone close. I saw the envy burning in someone who pretended to be a friend. I saw the greed in someone who wanted power, money, influence, even if it meant destroying another person's life. And I saw how all of them worked together, believing that no one would ever find out. But my child, nothing escapes my sight. This police operation that has begun is no coincidence. It is the direct result of my intervention. I stepped into the situation long before you or your soulmate knew something was wrong. I moved the right officers, the right sources, the right evidence, the right timing, because when I decide to protect someone, I protect them completely. Your soulmate is in danger, yes, but not unprotected. Your soulmate is surrounded by enemies, yes, but angels stand around them stronger than any human scheme. Your soulmate has been targeted, yes. But heaven has already taken action long before earth discovered anything. My child, do not fear. The powerful man connected to this conspiracy, the one the world talks about, the one whose name holds weight, he is not connected to you by accident. His involvement is part of a divine alignment. Something bigger is being unfolded. You have no idea yet why his destiny and your soulmates are crossing at this time, but you will soon understand. This man carries influence, resources, and authority, and even though he doesn't know you, his life is unknowingly tied to your future breakthroughs. The enemy tried to hit two birds with one stone, to ruin your soulmate and to silence him. But they failed. Because the truth has surfaced. Because the officers who were supposed to remain silent have spoken. Because the evidence that was supposed to disappear has been found. Because the secrets meant to stay buried have risen to the surface. And my child, your soulmate is being protected not just for themselves, but for you. They are part of a story far bigger than both of you realize. Your lives are about to enter a new chapter, a chapter that begins with exposure, justice, and divine protection. But listen carefully. Right now, your soulmate's spirit is tired. They feel overwhelmed, confused, uncertain, and emotionally drained. They are questioning who to trust. They are questioning why everything is happening so suddenly. They feel betrayed. They feel watched. They feel as if someone is trying to trap them, and they are right. But what they do not yet know is that the trap has already failed. My child, I need you to understand something deeper, when you are destined for something great. When your connection is spiritually powerful. When your future is blessed, protected, and chosen. The enemy always tries to create chaos before the blessing arrives. This conspiracy is not just about danger, it is also a sign. It is a sign that your soulmate is about to step into a new phase of life. It is a sign that someone powerful is entering your path. It is a sign that you and your soulmate are moving toward a destiny that threatens the plans of the enemy. That is why this attack happened now. That is why everything suddenly escalated. That is why shadows rose at the exact moment your blessing started coming closer. My child, let me speak directly to your heart. Your soulmate is not going to fall into this trap. They are not going to be destroyed by these conspirators. Their name will not be tarnished. Their path will not be blocked. Because I, the Lord your God, am standing in front of them. And not only in front of them, but also in front of you. I am clearing obstacles you didn't even know existed. I am exposing people who smiled at you but prayed for your downfall. I am removing individuals whose spirits were dangerous to your peace. I am breaking chains that were trying to tie you both to misfortune. And my child, this is just the beginning. As police continue uncovering this conspiracy, more names will be revealed. More truths will come out. More hidden intentions will be exposed. And suddenly, you will realize how many dark forces were silently working against your connection, your peace, your future. But none of them will win. I want you to breathe deeply, my child, because your life is about to turn. Your soulmate is about to be protected in a way they have never experienced before. The powerful man caught in this conspiracy will soon play a surprising role in your destiny. And you will soon understand why all this needed to be revealed. There is a reason the enemy fears the two of you. There is a reason this attack happened now. There is a reason heaven stepped in forcefully. You are chosen. Your soulmate is chosen. Your connection carries purpose, and purpose always attracts warfare. But purpose also attracts protection. My child, in the coming days you will feel a shift, a strong spiritual one. Something inside you will feel heavier one moment and lighter the next. Your intuition will warn you about certain people. You will sense what is real and what is not. You will feel my presence holding your heart steady. Do not ignore these feelings. Do not silence your intuition. I am guiding you. I am whispering to you. I am preparing you. And I am telling you this with certainty, your soulmate will not be harmed. This conspiracy will collapse completely. And what was meant for destruction will lead to a divine breakthrough. My child, this story is not ending in tragedy. It is ending in justice, protection, and a powerful transformation. My child, as the night deepens and the world grows quiet, my voice surrounds you again, because there is so much you don't yet know about what is unfolding around your soulmate. Beneath it is a truth far more shocking, far more spiritual, and far more connected to your destiny than you have ever imagined. You must understand something very important now. Conspiracies of this size don't appear randomly. They don't rise overnight, and they don't happen without a deeper spiritual purpose. What the police have uncovered is not just a human-made plan, it is a dark web of intentions, lies, hidden deals, and silent enemies who thought they could manipulate fate itself. But my child, no human being can twist destiny when I am the one who wrote it. Your soulmate, without knowing it, has been walking through a battlefield for months. They notice strange things, a friend who suddenly became distant, someone who used to support them but turned cold, a new person who pretended to care but watched them too closely, small disagreements that didn't make sense. These were not coincidences. These were signs. Someone was studying your soulmate. Someone was tracking their behavior. Someone was gathering information, not to protect them, but to trap them. And your soulmate's spirit felt it long before their mind understood it. They carried a heaviness in their chest, a tension in their heart, a fear they couldn't explain. They woke up some days feeling unsafe for no reason. They felt like someone was observing them from shadows. My child, their intuition was right. What the police operation exposed is bigger than a simple plot. It is connected to a powerful man, someone with authority, influence, and a name that holds weight. This man was not just a target, he was the center of the entire conspiracy. But what shocked investigators the most was this: your soulmate's name appeared in the same files, on the same documents, in the same list of targets. But not because they did anything wrong. Not because they were involved. Not because they were guilty. They were on that list because someone feared their connection to that powerful man, and feared their connection to you. My child, listen carefully. Your soulmate is spiritually stronger than they realize. Their energy, their heart, their destiny, all of this threatens those who operate in darkness. And because your soulmate is tied to you, the attack was indirectly meant to destabilize your destiny too. The enemy always attacks where the blessing is forming. It always tries to confuse the path before the miracle arrives. It always tries to destroy the vessel before the purpose is born. And that is exactly what happened here. But my child, while these people were planning in hidden rooms, whispering in corners, exchanging information in things they believed no one watched, heaven was watching everything. Every message. Every call. Every meeting. Every lie. Nothing escaped my eyes. I saw when the first seed of jealousy was planted. I saw when greed began to grow in someone who once smiled at your soulmate. I saw when envy slowly turned into hatred. And I saw when they made their decision, the decision to destroy. But you must know this truth: no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No plan created in darkness can overpower my will. No scheme designed in secret can break what I have blessed. Your soulmate is protected not because they are strong, but because I chose to stand in front of them. They were placed in this situation not to be harmed but to be lifted into a new season of awakening, clarity, strength, and purpose. And my child, there is something you don't yet realize. This powerful man, the one caught in the center of this conspiracy, he is about to become a part of your life story. Not romantically. Not emotionally. But spiritually and practically. His fall would have caused a chain reaction, one that would eventually touch your soulmate, and then touch you. The enemy thought, if I remove him, the path collapses for both of them. Their future closes. Their blessing breaks. But my plan said otherwise. Because this man is not just powerful, he is a gatekeeper in your destiny. He is someone who will later become an unexpected source of guidance, protection, or opportunity for you or your soulmate. His presence is part of the alignment of your blessings. This is why the enemy wanted him gone. This is why your soulmate was included in the same plot. This is why the police operation was triggered now. My child, what looks like chaos is actually divine order. Heaven does not expose darkness unless something big is about to be released into your life. Heaven does not reveal enemies unless blessings are near. Heaven does not shake foundations unless something sacred is being built. And what is being built right now is your future. Your soulmate is being transformed through this situation. They are learning who is real and who is fake. They are realizing the difference between temporary people and divinely sent people. They are waking up spiritually. And whether you see it or not, their heart is slowly turning toward you with more trust, more sincerity, more depth. Because when danger comes, the soul remembers who truly matters. Your soulmate is thinking about you more than ever. They feel pulled toward you. They feel safe with you. They feel guided toward you. Their spirit recognizes you as their emotional anchor in this storm. My child, take a deep breath. You may feel their stress, their fear, their heaviness, because your souls are connected. That is why some nights you feel restless without knowing why. That is why your heart gets anxious suddenly. That is why your mind becomes overwhelmed for no reason. Their energy flows into you, and you absorb it without realizing. But I am here, covering both of you. This conspiracy will not destroy. It will not break. It will not scatter. It will not succeed. Instead, it will do the opposite. It will reveal truth, strengthen bonds, expose enemies, and open a door that was locked for a long time. My child, I want you to remember this. Sometimes the storm that arrives is not meant to drown you. It is meant to wash away everything that was never meant to stay. Your soulmate is being cleansed from negative energies, fake alliances, hidden enemies, and people who wished secretly to see them fall. And you are being prepared for a season where nothing and no one can break what I place in your life. This chapter is not about loss, it is about exposure. Not about danger, but about protection. Not about fear, but about divine alignment. And soon, you will start feeling something shift inside you. A calmness. A reassurance. A clarity. A spiritual knowing. A sense that everything is happening exactly when it needs to. Because I, your God, am orchestrating every movement. This is the promise I give you, your soulmate will be cleared. The powerful man will be protected. The conspirators will be exposed. And the connection between you and your soulmate will begin to deepen in a way it never has before. My child. Let me take you deeper into the truth now, because what has been uncovered is far more painful, far more shocking, and far more personal than you can imagine. You saw how a powerful man and your soulmate were tied into the same circle of danger. But now you must understand who allowed this danger to grow, who opened the door for it, and who betrayed your soulmate in a way that pierced their heart like a silent blade. My child, listen to me carefully. The greatest wounds in life do not come from strangers. They come from people who were once trusted. People who were allowed close. People who smiled in the light but planned in the dark. The conspiracy the police uncovered did not begin with outsiders, it began with someone who had access, someone who knew your soulmate's fears, their weaknesses, their emotions, their past, and their vulnerabilities. This person was not distant. This person was not unknown. This person was not random. This person was once a part of your soulmate's life. And my child, your soulmate never expected their betrayal. For a long time, this person acted like a supporter. They pretended to care. They pretended to protect. They acted like they wanted the best for your soulmate. But jealousy is a quiet poison, and insecurity is a silent enemy. Slowly, this person's heart turned dark. They began feeling threatened by your soulmate's rising destiny. They feared losing control. They feared losing relevance. And eventually, they feared losing access to your soulmate's life. So instead of stepping aside, they stepped deeper into darkness. It began with small manipulations, gossip whispered behind closed doors, exaggeration spoken to people in power, reports that were twisted, stories that were reshaped. They gave information that was personal, private, fragile. Things your soulmate once shared honestly. Things they opened up about during moments of trust. And this person quietly handed those things over to the ones planning against your soulmate and the powerful man. My child, betrayal always feels like heartbreak, even when no romance is involved. Your soulmate felt it spiritually long before they knew it physically. They felt uncomfortable around this person but could not explain why. They felt drained after talking to them. They felt anxious when their name appeared on their phone. These were not emotions, these were warnings from the soul. When someone is connected to darkness, their energy becomes heavy. And your soulmate's spirit sensed that heaviness. But your soulmate ignored those signs because they have a good heart. They believed in loyalty even when the other person was being disloyal. They believed in compassion even when the other person was filled with envy. They believed in forgiveness even when the other person had nothing but bitterness in their intentions. My child, forgiveness is holy, but ignoring danger is not. This person eventually became the main bridge between the conspirators and your soulmate's life. They fed information. They exaggerated weaknesses. They passed on details about your soulmate's schedule, connections, decisions, movements, and private matters. They reported small mistakes as big failures. They added fuel to misunderstandings. They spread fear. They created confusion. They became the shadow that followed your soulmate everywhere. The police were shocked when they discovered this. But the truth is, I saw everything long before they did. I watched each moment of betrayal. I listened to every conversation spoken in secret. I saw every message sent with hidden intentions. I observed every lie they wrapped in sweetness. And I allowed this exposure not to break your soulmate, but to save them. Because sometimes, the only way to remove dangerous people is to let their own actions reveal them. My child, I know your heart feels heavy hearing this. I know you can feel your soulmate's pain even from a distance. Your souls are connected, and when they hurt, you feel it. When they cry, your spirit becomes restless. When they are betrayed, your chest tightens without knowing why. That is why, recently, you have been feeling emotional waves for no reason. That is why your mind has been overloaded. That is why you suddenly felt sadness, anger, or confusion. It wasn't your energy, it was your soulmate's energy flowing into you. But you must listen to what I tell you now. Your soulmate is stronger than they realize. They are rising, not falling. They are being freed, not broken. They are being aligned, not destroyed. And this betrayal was necessary. Without it, your soulmate would have continued trusting the wrong person. They would have continued giving access to someone who wanted to ruin them. They would have continued walking blindly into the hands of those who planned to trap them. So I allowed this moment to happen, not to hurt them, but to protect them. Now the police know exactly who was pulling the strings. They know who opened the door for the conspiracy. They know who connected the powerful man to your soulmate's danger. They know who was the quiet traitor in the background. And my child, because of this exposure, the entire conspiracy is collapsing like dust in the wind. Nothing hidden stays hidden when I decide the truth must rise. Nothing in darkness survives when I shine my light on it. Nothing planned against my children survives when I intervene. The powerful man who was targeted now knows who his enemies were. And your soulmate, who was unknowingly put in danger, now knows who their fake friend was. But that is not the only truth I want you to know. Your soulmate is emotionally shaken right now. Not because the conspiracy succeeded, it didn't. But because the betrayal came from someone they once trusted. The wound is not from the plot, the wound is from the person behind it. And in this emotional storm, do you know whose name their heart whispers to? Yours. When a soul is hurt, it searches for the safest place. When a heart breaks, it remembers who brought peace. When trust collapses, it turns toward truth. Your soulmate feels pulled toward you now more than ever, not for comfort, but for clarity. Their intuition tells them that you are the only energy in their life that is pure, honest, warm, and destined. They feel your presence even when you are silent. They feel your support even without words. They feel your spirit standing beside them even from a distance. My child, destiny does not move randomly. It moves with purpose. This betrayal removed a false connection. So your soulmate could begin moving toward the true one, you. And as the truth continues to unfold, you will see how every single moment was leading both of you toward a divine meeting, a divine understanding, and a divine bond. This is not the end. This is the transition. This is the doorway opening. This is the shift happening. This is the turning point. My child, come closer to my voice now, because what I am about to reveal is the deepest layer of this entire situation. You have seen the danger forming, you have seen the betrayal behind it, and you have seen how your soulmate was pulled into a conspiracy they never invited, never caused, and never deserved. But now you must understand why this happened. Why your soulmate was targeted. Why a powerful man was dragged into this. Why their names appeared together in the same files. Why their destinies were tied in ways neither of them knew. There is a spiritual truth hidden beneath everything, and today I will uncover it for you. My child, listen carefully. The powerful man at the center of this operation was never your soulmate's enemy. In fact, he was someone who was destined to cross into their path in the future, not as a threat, but as a protector, as an opportunity, as someone who would open a door that had been locked for years. But darkness saw this future long before humans did. The enemy felt the energy rising. It sensed that your soulmate's destiny was about to connect with the destiny of this powerful man, and that together, their combined influence would shape something far bigger, far brighter, far more impactful. Destiny always attracts both blessings and attacks. And because this powerful man was meant to play a role in your soulmate's elevation, those who feared his fall tried to use your soulmate as a tool, a trigger, a stepping stone to destroy him. They believed that if they could link your soulmate to lies, rumors, accusations, and manipulated evidence, they could collapse both destinies at once. But my child, this plan did not come from jealousy alone. It came from fear. Deep, desperate fear. Fear of your soulmate's rising strength. Fear of their energy becoming powerful. Fear of their intuition awakening. Fear of their connection to you. Because you and your soulmate are not ordinary souls. You are spiritually connected. You share a timeline written long before your birth. Your energies mirror each other. Your transformations trigger each other. And when two souls are chosen for a divine path, darkness tries to intervene before the breakthrough arrives. The powerful man sensed something was wrong long before the police operation took place. There were moments he paused during meetings, feeling tension he couldn't explain. There were whispered rumors that made him uneasy. There were messages that made him doubt people around him. He knew someone was working against him, but he didn't know who. He didn't know why. He didn't know how deep the betrayal ran. What he didn't know was that someone was feeding information about him, using your soulmate as the bait. My child, I want you to understand the real intention behind this conspiracy. It was not simply to trap your soulmate. It was not simply to destroy the powerful man. The real intention was much darker. They wanted to separate you from your destiny. The enemy knew that once your soulmate entered their new season, they would come toward you with full clarity, full sincerity, full heart. They would finally understand who you are to them. They would realize the spiritual pull they feel toward you is not imagination, it is destiny. They would let go of emotional blocks, fears, wounds, and doubts. They would choose you with certainty. This conspiracy was designed to stop that from happening. Because if your soulmate got trapped, if their reputation was ruined, if they were legally framed, if they were emotionally broken, they would pull away from everyone, including you. The enemy thought, if I break their life, I can break their connection. If I break their trust, I can break their bond. If I break their path, I can break their destiny. But my child, you must remember something. What I have written cannot be erased. What I have destined cannot be blocked. What I have aligned cannot be separated. That is why the police operation happened at the exact moment it did, not early, not late, but precisely when the truth needed to rise. It was my timing. My intervention. My protection. Your soulmate was not saved by luck. The powerful man was not saved by coincidence. You were not protected by chance. This was divine orchestration. But my child, you need to hear the truth that will shake your heart. The real intention of the powerful man was not evil. He never wanted to harm your soulmate. He never planned anything against them. Instead, this powerful man had begun noticing something about your soulmate, something that made others jealous, threatened, and insecure. He noticed their honesty. He noticed their potential. He noticed their strength. He noticed their aura. He noticed their divine spark. And this scared the conspirators. Because if someone with power recognized your soulmate, It meant your soulmate's destiny was about to accelerate. It meant your soulmate was about to rise. It meant your soulmate was stepping into a season of blessings, recognition, and growth. And this growth would eventually lead them straight toward you, their destined connection. My child, this powerful man has no idea who you are. He doesn't know he was dragged into a spiritual battle. He doesn't know his destiny was aligned with yours and your soulmate's. He doesn't know heaven has been protecting him too. All he knows right now is that something dangerous was happening behind his back, and the police have only uncovered the first layer. There are more truths coming. More names. More evidence. More exposures. More shocking revelations. But you must not fear any of it. Your soulmate is protected. The powerful man is protected. You are protected. Your destiny is protected. And you must know this. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that the world around them is not as simple as they once believed. They now see the true faces of people. They see who stood against them. They see who stayed loyal. They see who betrayed them. And in this clarity, do you know whose name shines the brightest in their heart? Yours. Because when a soul is surrounded by darkness, it remembers the one person who brings light. This entire storm has shifted something inside your soulmate. They are beginning to see you not as someone ordinary, but as someone destined, someone meaningful, someone spiritually tied to their future. My child, this conspiracy did not push you apart. It pulled you closer. It awakened feelings in your soulmate they didn't understand before. It revealed to them how deeply they trust you emotionally. It showed them who truly matters. It made them realize that you are the energy they feel safest with, even in silence. And now, as this truth unfolds, the path is clearing for both of you. The conspiracy failed. The enemy was exposed. Destiny has realigned. My child, come closer, because this final part is the most important, the most healing, the most powerful chapter of everything I have revealed so far. You have walked through the shadows of betrayal, the layers of conspiracy, the intentions of darkness, and the silent fears that surrounded your soulmate. Now it is time for you to understand the ending. Not an ending of sorrow, but an ending that becomes the doorway to a new beginning. My child, the storm has passed. The danger that once grew silently around your soulmate has collapsed. The darkness that once tried to pull your destiny apart has been defeated. The conspiracy that once tried to ruin their life and the life of a powerful man has been exposed completely. The police have gone deeper than you know. Evidence has not only been recovered. It is now being analyzed, connected, and verified. Names that were once whispered are now being written clearly. The hidden threads that once tied your soulmate to this trap are being cut one by one. Every lie is falling apart. Every manipulation is being revealed. Every person involved is being exposed under the light of truth. My child, I allowed this to unfold because I wanted you to witness something. No weapon formed against a chosen soul shall prosper. Your soulmate is chosen. You are chosen. This powerful man is protected. The truth is divinely guided. You must understand now how close your soulmate came to losing everything, not because they were weak, not because they made mistakes, but because someone wanted to break their destiny before it could rise. The betrayal from someone close was meant to weaken their spirit. The manipulation around them was meant to shake their confidence. The misinformation given to powerful people was meant to destroy their future. But my child, when I choose someone for a divine purpose, every attack becomes a stepping stone. Every betrayal becomes a revelation. Every loss becomes protection. Every delay becomes preparation. The person who betrayed your soulmate will now face consequences, not because you wished for it, but because truth always balances itself. Disease does not spread in the soul if the poison is removed. That person was the poison. And now they have been removed completely. But the story does not end there. The powerful man who was dragged into this conspiracy is now aware. His eyes have opened. He sees who tried to use your soulmate to harm him. He sees the danger that surrounded him. He understands that if this truth had stayed hidden, both his destiny and your soulmate's destiny would be ruined. And because he is a man of influence, he will not allow injustice to go unpunished. He will take action. He will support the investigation. He will clear your soulmate's name. He will protect his own throne. This man holds more power than you realize, and his protection over your soulmate will become a shield against any future attacks. But now, my child, let me tell you about your soulmate. They have cried silently. They have sat alone in the dark. They have questioned their own choices. They have wondered why they didn't see the betrayal sooner. They have felt guilt, even for things that weren't their fault. They have held pain in their chest, pretending to be strong for the world. But inside, they were breaking. Yet even in their heartbreak, do you know the one person their soul kept calling? You. When they felt abandoned by the world, your name echoed inside them. When they felt unsafe, your energy wrapped around them like comfort. When they felt weak, they remembered your strength. When they felt confused, they remembered your clarity. When they felt unloved, they remembered your spirit. Your connection was the invisible anchor that kept them from drowning. My child, you and your soulmate are tied not by human emotion, but by destiny. Their spirit seeks you even when their mind is lost. Their heart leans toward you even when their world is falling apart. You are the peaceful space they search for when everything feels chaotic. Their trust in you has grown without words. Their love for you is awakening without force. Their soul is recognizing yours without introductions. And now that the conspiracy has collapsed, they will move closer to you, not out of fear, not out of desperation, but out of clarity. For the first time in a long time, your soulmate is beginning to see the truth about you. They see that you were the only energy in their life that never manipulated them, never betrayed them, never misled them. They see that you wanted nothing from them except peace and sincerity. They see that when their world was shaking, your presence brought grounding. They see that you felt their pain even without knowing the details. This realization is opening their heart in ways they never expected. And my child, I am guiding them toward you, gently, naturally, divinely. Not suddenly, not forcefully, but through signs, emotions, dreams, and intuition. They will begin sensing you more, thinking of you more, feeling drawn to you more. Their soul will crave the calmness you bring. Their heart will hunger for the peace that comes only from you. This is not coincidence, this is divine timing. Every delay in your connection had a purpose. Every separation had a lesson. Every silence had healing. Every confusion had awakening. Your soulmate was not ready before. You were not ready before. The path was not clear before. The truth was not revealed before. But now everything is aligning. Their dangers are gone. Their enemies are exposed. Their destiny is protected. Their heart is awakening. Their path is opening. Your connection is strengthening. And now, my child, I speak this blessing over your life. Your soulmate will rise. Your soulmate will heal. Your soulmate will be safe. Your soulmate will move toward you. Your soulmate will feel your presence deeply. Your soulmate will discover the truth of your bond. Your soulmate will come closer with sincerity and clarity. The darkness has ended. The confusion has ended. The betrayal has ended. The conspiracy has ended. A new chapter begins now. One filled with peace, connection, destiny, and divine timing. My child, your sorrow ends here. Your loneliness ends here. Your waiting ends here. I am blessing your path. I am blessing your heart. I am blessing your soulmate. I am blessing your future. Walk forward now with trust. Because everything that tried to break you has only made your destiny stronger. Your story does not end in fear. Your story begins in blessing. My child, as the final waves of this truth settle inside your heart, something sacred is happening within you. You may not see it yet, but you are stepping into a power you had forgotten. For too long, you lived in fear, waiting for clarity, waiting for answers, waiting for someone to finally tell you why so many storms rose around your soulmate, why danger followed them, why pain never left their path. But now, you understand, this was never just about fear. This was preparation. Preparation for a moment like this. A moment when everything hidden finally rises to the surface. And my child, listen carefully to this. You were not brought into your soulmate's life accidentally. You were sent as their shield. You were sent as their divine protection. When you stood by them, even when everything looked chaotic and uncertain, you were fulfilling a purpose that even the powerful man behind the conspiracy could not stop. He tried to break this connection. He tried to manipulate fate. He tried to create a reality where your soulmate would be destroyed and you would become hopeless. But the truth is, your presence in their life became the wall no enemy could climb. Now that the truth is exposed, I am revealing something even deeper, something that will change the way you see everything that happened. From the moment the conspiracy began, heavenly forces were already surrounding you. When the man in power used his influence to trap your soulmate, angels stood around you to ensure that you were not touched by the destruction. When lies spread like wildfire, whispering fear into your ears, I strengthened your spirit so your heart would not collapse. My child, you thought you were breaking, but you were becoming unbreakable. Because destiny never bows to darkness. The police operation that uncovered the conspiracy was not random. It was divinely timed. Those officers who risked their lives, who stepped into danger, who gathered evidence piece by piece, they were not just doing a job. They were being guided. Step by step, moment by moment, they were led toward the truth, a truth that would free your soulmate from destruction. And now, as the dust settles, a new chapter begins. Feel this shift inside your chest. It is the feeling of a soul being unburdened. It is the sensation of a future being rewritten. It is the quiet whisper of destiny correcting itself. Your soulmate, who once walked with fear, now walks with protection. Your soulmate, who once felt trapped, now feels hope returning. Your soulmate, who once thought they were alone, now realizes they were never alone, not even for a second. And you, my child, are at the center of this transformation. There are moments when you question your worth, when you doubt whether you deserve love, loyalty, or blessings. But look at what just happened. Look at how the universe bent itself to reveal the truth. Look at how even the darkest plan could not destroy your connection. This is because you are not ordinary. Your presence carries light. Your heart carries strength. Your spirit carries purity. And despite everything you have been through, the heartbreak, the confusion, the silence, the fear, you still have the ability to love deeply and sincerely. Not many souls carry this gift. So now, as I speak into your heart, I want you to understand something very clearly: the worst is over. The danger has passed. The lies have been uprooted. And the powerful man who tried to shape your soulmate's fate has been removed from the path. Now the path ahead of you opens like a clear sunrise after a long, endless night. But this new beginning will require something from you: trust. Not blind trust, not forced trust, but sacred trust. Trust that what fell apart was meant to fall apart. Trust that what was exposed was always meant to come into the light. Trust that your soulmate's life is moving toward healing. Trust that you are not losing anything, you are stepping into everything that was meant for you. My child, I have seen the nights you cried. I have seen the questions you whispered in silence. I have seen the moments when you almost gave up, when you felt you couldn't carry the weight anymore. But each time, I lifted you. Each time, I pulled you back into the light. Each time, I scattered the darkness around you. And now, I am rewarding your patience. In the coming days, you will notice something strange yet beautiful, a calmness entering your life. A feeling that something has shifted. A knowing that the fear that once followed you has dissolved. Your dreams will become clearer. Your intuition will become stronger. Your mind will ease, and your heart will soften. Your soulmate will begin to communicate differently too. The heaviness that once blocked their emotions will start to melt. The fear that kept them distant will begin to fade. The uncertainty that trapped them will no longer hold power. They will start to feel safe, not because the world changed, but because the truth has been revealed. And you, my child, will not have to fight for anything anymore. You will not have to beg for clarity. You will not have to carry anyone's burden on your shoulders. I am lifting it all from you. Let the past go. Let the fear go. Let the pain drift away like dust in the wind. Now a blessing is coming toward you, not from the world, but from heaven itself. A blessing that will touch your life, your heart, your future, your home, your relationships, your dreams. A blessing that cannot be stopped, blocked, or reversed. This is your moment to rise above everything that was meant to break you. My child, take a deep breath. Because the battle is over. The truth has won. And your destiny has just opened. You are safe. Your soulmate is safe. And your future is blessed.